Imagine waking up tomorrow to discover that Britain is on the edge of a political and economic storm. One man is rising, another is stumbling, and the future of the country looks more uncertain than ever. Could we be witnessing the moment that changes everything for the United Kingdom? Let's begin with the latest political shockwave. For the first time in years, Nigel Farage has managed to wipe out Keir Starmer's lead on the question of who would make the better prime minister. According to a new Ipsos Mori poll in September 2025, both Farage and Starmer now stand neck and neck at 30%. Just 2 months ago, Starmer was 8 points ahead. Back in March, the lead was 11 points. In December 2024, it was 12. So what's changed? Are the British people finally losing patience with Labour? Or is Farage's message starting to resonate with a weary electorate? What do you think? Source: Ipsos Mori, more in common. But here's the twist. While Farage may be celebrating his personal boost, his party is slipping. Another poll by More in Common shows Reform UK down 3 points, while Labour has risen by the same margin. That means the Reform lead has shrunk to just 3 points, compared with 9 previously. Meanwhile, the Conservatives languish at 20%, the Liberal Democrats at 13%, and the Greens at 8%. Are voters becoming restless? Is this constant shifting a sign of political volatility, unlike anything Britain has seen in decades? And if so, where will that volatility take us? Source: More in Common. Now let's move to the economic front, where Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, is under fire. Business leaders are warning that Britain could be heading into recession. John Roberts, the founder and CEO of AO World, told the BBC that inflation is squeezing companies and driving the wealthy out of the country under Labour's tax policies. He warned against Labour's plan for Day One workers' rights, saying it could discourage recruitment rather than create jobs. He even accused Labour of flip-flopping over welfare spending, leaving business leaders uncertain about the direction of the economy. Do you agree with him? Or do you think Labour's approach is about fairness and modernization? Source: BBC. And then comes the international perspective. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, has issued a bleak warning. Britain's growth will fall from 1.4% this year to just 1% in 2026. Taxes are up, government spending is down, and the OECD says the UK will face the highest inflation of any G7 country in 2025, 3.5%. That's still well above the Bank of England's target of 2.7% for 2026. Do you feel these numbers in your daily life, in your bills, your rent, your shopping? And more importantly, do you trust this government to steer the country away from crisis? Source: OECD. But the story doesn't end there. S&P Global's Purchasing Managers Index dropped sharply in September to 51.0, the weakest score in 4 months, down from 53.5 in August. Businesses reported subdued demand, shrinking margins, and rising costs. Many froze hiring or chose not to replace departing staff. Around 50,000 jobs have been lost in just 3 months, according to S&P Global. Chris Williamson, their chief business economist, described it as a litany of worrying news. Are these the early signs of a full-blown recession? Or are we simply experiencing a temporary dip before recovery? Source: S&P Global. So let's connect the dots. Politics and economics are colliding. Starmer's grip on leadership is slipping, just as the economy falters. Farage is rising in the polls while Reeves is accused of pushing Britain towards another downturn. Could these conditions open the door for a dramatic political shift? Could the frustrations of ordinary people, your frustrations, redraw the entire map of British politics? Now let's bring you into the conversation. If you had to choose today, who would you trust to lead Britain through this turbulence? Starmer, Farage, Burnham, Badenoch, or someone else entirely? Do you believe Labour can fix the economy, or is Britain heading towards a change of direction? Drop your views in the comments. We'll be reading them, and your perspective might feature in our next video. Remember this: when the economy weakens, people look for alternatives. When trust in government breaks down, new leaders emerge. We've seen it in history, and we may be seeing it again right now. The choices Britain makes today could shape the next decade. Stay with us at England. Now 7 as we continue to follow every twist and turn in this unfolding story. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the conversation, because the future of Britain is not decided in Westminster alone. It's decided by people like you.